Good afternoon, dear colleagues and guests. My name is Gianna, and today I want to talk to you about 5 fascinating places on our planet. Namib Desert, Panjin Red Beach, Chamarel 7-colored sands, Zhangye Danxia Mountains, Hitachi Seaside Park. Today I want to show you places on our planet that are hard to believe exist. This is not computer graphics or frames from a science fiction movie. These are real corners of the earth where nature has decided to go beyond the usual. A desert that is older than most landscapes on the planet. A beach that turns red. Sands of 7 colors. Mountains that look like they were painted by an artist. And a park where flowers turn the earth into a living painting. Today, we will embark on a journey to the most extraordinary natural places in the world. Let's get started! Hitachi National Seaside Park is located in the city of Hidatsuonika, Ibaraki Prefecture, Japan, on the Pacific coast. Hitachi Park is a unique natural environment of sand dunes, hills, forests, meadows, and springs. The park covers an area of 350 hectares, and it is home to a wide variety of flowers, including fields of tulips and poppies, millions of daffodils blooming among pine trees, lilies, cherry trees over 1,000, and many other plants. Hitachi Park is sometimes called the Park of all seasons. Most of the plants bloom almost continuously, gradually replacing each other. Here you will find a zoo, an amusement park with various attractions and a Ferris wheel, walking and cycling paths, and much more. But it is the flowers that are the backbone of the park. Its charm and distinctive feature, you can explore the colorful fields on foot or by bike. In early spring, when the snow melts and the first greenery begins to sprout through the ground, the park is covered with snowdrops. Everything becomes white and soul-stirring. Later, the snowdrops are replaced by beautiful daffodils, and endless yellow and white carpets of these beautiful flowers, with more than 600 species. Fill the air with their sweet fragrance from late March to mid-April. From April to early May, you can enjoy the sight of more than 220 varieties of royal tulips. The flowers of Nemophila are considered the crown jewel of the park. Flowering nemophiles, forget-me-nots, or blue-eyed violets turn this hill blue from late April to mid-May. This is the time when 5 million species of nemophiles bloom on the hills. It is a breathtaking landscape where flowers, sky, and the ocean merge, offering a stunning view of the Pacific coast. In honor of the blooming nemophiles, the park hosts one of the most exciting festivals known as the Harmony of Nemophiles. In many countries around the world, the annual Cherry Blossom Festival is also an incredible sight. The branches of each tree are decorated with paper lanterns, creating a sense of awe and beauty. The solemnity of the delicate cherry blossoms. From July to October, the park's fields are filled with fluffy coquille balls. As autumn approaches in September, these charming bushes gradually change their color from green to red, creating a green and red carpet on the hillside. The park's symbol is the giant flower ring observation wheel. The panoramic view from a height of 100 meters is breathtaking. Colorful mountains in China. What is the secret of this natural wonder? The city of Zhangye attracted people with its beautiful landscape, as it was located near a place known as the Danxia landscape. However, it still exists today, impressing visitors with its colorful mountains and attracting tourists from all over the world. In this article, we will explore how the colorful mountains in China were formed and provide a video of this natural wonder. The city of Zhangye, which was visited by thousands of traders every year, was located in the Chinese province of Gansu. It was part of the Great Silk Road, which stretched from China to Europe. The landscape of Danxia was always striking to visitors. Where else can you find such colorful mountains? There are similar landscapes in Australia, Western America, and Central Europe, but they cannot compare to the beauty of Danxia. The landscape of Danxia is the colorful mountains of China. According to scientists, colorful mountains in China began to form 100 million years ago. There is an assumption that in those times, water was splashing in this place, as a result of the movements, of which a large accumulation of sandstone and mineral deposits was formed, the climate was hot and dry. So the stones over time began to oxidize and turn orange. Over many years, they were layered and mixed, which is the reason for the formation of indescribably beautiful patterns. Most likely, there were no mountains initially. They could have been formed later, due to the movement of the Earth's crust. Today, the height of the Danxia Mountains reaches 300 to 400 meters. Today, the landscape of Danxia is predominantly made up of red sandstone. There are many caves in the formed mountains, which have different shapes and sizes. However, unlike the usual caves that are often mentioned on our website, they are not deep. It is almost impossible to get lost in them. There are many picturesque places in the landscape of Danxia, and many tourists visit it. However, it is worth noting that during the coronavirus pandemic, there were significantly fewer guests. The legend of China's most beautiful mountains. The word Danxia can be literally translated as pink cloud. After looking at the photos, you will surely agree that the name was chosen extremely appropriate. Like any unique place in China, the landscape of Danxia has its own legend. It is believed that once upon a time, the emperor enchanted a rebellious fairy named Asia into a stone figure that lies on one bank of the Yin River. The fairy's lover, a young man named Danxia, was turned into a stone figure that lies on the other side of the river. According to the legend, Danxia is a combination of two names, Dan and Xia. The Chinese mountain is called Danxia. We are analyzing a geographical phenomenon. Why do you think this beach in China is red? In fact, it is one of the most fragile biomes on the planet. Let's get to know each other. The most popular natural attraction in China is the Panjin Red Beach. It's easy to understand that the name speaks for itself and contains some intrigue. The surface of this beach is densely covered with vegetation that has a vibrant red color. These plants belong to the Amaranthaceae family and the Chenopodiaceae subfamily. They make the color of the local lands very unusual and memorable. You can see the Red Beach in the Chinese district of Panjin, located in the county of Dava. Here are the largest in the world. Lands of ponds and swamps. The peculiarity of the landscape of the beach is that it contains shallow ponds, in which there are ebb and flow. This is an ideal place for the annual plant of the Civeta in terms of natural conditions. Also, Sueta salsa is a unique plant that can grow on saline land. In the middle of spring, for example in April or May, the red beach begins to bloom, gaining its colors and becoming incredibly beautiful. At first, the vegetation turns green. After a few months, bright red colors become predominant in the plant's hues. In September, the area takes on its typical color, with marshy fields featuring various shades of red, making it famous worldwide. There is a state reserve here, which includes the Red Beach itself and the rivers that flow through the area. The reserve was named after the large area of the beach, as well as its diverse flora and fauna. The area has its own unique ecosystem, which is typical for the region. The authorities pay a lot of attention to the protection of the Red Beach. There are designated paths for visitors in the reserve. However, it is not allowed to walk on the rest of the area. There are also special bridges for tourists to explore. This reserve is home to another unique natural attraction in Asia, a large reed swamp. Tourists often visit this area, as reeds hold great cultural significance in China, particularly in the production of paper. The Red Beach is located at the mouth of the Liao River, the largest river in southern Manchuria. The reserve covers an area of 6,000 hectares. It is a special destination in China that attracts numerous tourists. These lands are on the list of routes of international importance for traveling around the country. Tourists have nicknamed the beach red carpet. The lands are at their most beautiful after the tide has receded. When there's no water in the fields, you can see a stunning vegetable carpet. An interesting fact is that the Sueta salsa plant is quite common all over the world. but it only takes on such vibrant colors on the Red Beach. This is due to the composition of the marsh soil in the area. The main part of Panjin Beach is a state-owned nature reserve and is not open to the public. And now we're going to talk about the Namib Desert. Did you know that the word Namib comes from the Nama language and means a place where there is nothing? But in reality, there's everything here at grandeur, silence, and a harsh, mesmerizing beauty. This is the oldest desert in the world, dating back over 80 million years, and it still has its own unique life. Take a look at these dunes. They are not just mountains of sand. These are real giants more than 300 meters high, some of the highest on Earth, and their color speaks of their age. The older the dune, the redder it is. The iron oxide that has covered the grains of sand over millions of years gives the landscape fiery tones at sunset. But the most amazing thing about the Namib is its contrasts. Imagine scorching sand where the temperature reaches 60 degrees, and suddenly the powerful ocean waves of the Atlantic, they collide here, creating one of the densest fogs in the world. This fog is the only source of moisture for the local inhabitants. Speaking of inhabitants, how can one survive in a place where it hasn't rained for years? Take a look at the welwitschia. This plant is a living fossil. It grows only 2 leaves, which tear into ribbons, and lives for more than 1,000 years. And black beetles have learned to collect water with their bodies directly from the morning fog. This is not just a desert, it is a school of survival. Namib is not only heat, it is also the famous skeleton coast. The name speaks for itself. Ships that miscalculated and came too close to the shore were forever trapped in the sand. Now their rusty hulls stand amid the dunes, silent reminders of the power of nature. You know, when you stand in the middle of this desert, you realize how small we humans are, but at the same time, you feel incredible freedom. This place clears your mind. Here, you understand that beauty does not always require greenery and water. Sometimes it consists of sand, wind, and eternity. The 7-colored sands is a formation and a famous tourist attraction located in the southwest of the island of Mauritius. Near the village of Chamarel, this small area is occupied by sand dunes made up of sands of 7 different colors: red, brown, purple, green, blue, magenta, and yellow. What makes this formation unique is that the sands of these colors are randomly arranged in different layers, creating a surreal sight of colorful dunes. This phenomenon is also observed on a small scale. If you mix 2 handfuls of different shades, they will eventually separate into different color spectra. It is also notable that the dunes do not erode despite the heavy tropical rains in Mauritius. The sands were formed from basalt and extrusive rock into clay, which then turned into ferralitic soil due to complete hydrolysis. Aluminum and iron, the 2 main components, give the sands their blue, crimson, and red-black colors respectively. It is believed that the difference in shades is a result of the cooling of molten volcanic rocks at different external temperatures. However, it is still unclear why they did not mix. It was not until the 1960s that this remarkable site was discovered, when heavy rains washed away the topsoil, revealing the beauty of nature. Today, the colorful sand dunes are a major attraction not only in Chamarel, but also throughout Mauritius. The colorful lands are protected, and a natural park has been established in their place. The dunes are now enclosed by a wooden fence and entry is prohibited. Our planet is incredible, and the more we learn about it, the more we realize how unique it is. These places are just a small part of the amazing world we live in. If you're interested in learning about the most unusual parts of the Earth, please support the channel by subscribing. There are even more rare natural phenomena and fascinating facts to come. Thank you for traveling with me.